Imagine being paid by the very state you seek to overthrow. This was the reality for Vladimir Lenin during his exile. Let's dive into this fascinating chapter of history. Arrested in 1895 and exiled to the remote village of Shushenskoye in Siberia from 1897 to 1900, Lenin received a state allowance. Yes, you heard that right. The Tsarist government paid him a monthly stipend of 8 to 12 rubles. This amount was comparable to what an unskilled worker or a peasant might earn. The irony: the state funded Lenin's basic needs while he plotted its downfall. The home Lenin was exiled to in Shushenskoye was a far cry from luxurious, but it was more accommodating than the typical squalid conditions experienced by many other exiles and local villagers. Despite the remote location, Lenin engaged in intellectual pursuits and continued his revolutionary work. He also had access to some recreational activities, such as hunting, a common pastime for those who could afford it. But Lenin's comfort wasn't just due to the state allowance. He also received financial help from his family, particularly his mother, Maria Alexandrovna, and practical and emotional support from his wife, Nadezhda Krupskaya. Nadezhda was allowed to have her exile transferred to be with Lenin in Shushenskoye, where they were married. Plus, the Russian Social Democratic Labour Party, RSDLP, chipped in. Party funds, raised through dues and donations, helped support his revolutionary activities. During his time in exile, Lenin wasn't just sitting idly. He was prolific in his writings, authoring books and articles that would fuel the revolutionary fire, such as The Development of Capitalism in Russia in 1899. To avoid arrest, Lenin continued his exile in Europe from 1900 to 1905, where he wrote What is to be Done in Munich, Germany, and One Step Forward, Two Steps Back, 1904 in Zurich, Switzerland. He was in exile again from 1907 to 1917, during which he wrote more books such as The State and Revolution, 1917. Lenin returned to Russia, leading the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917, a well-prepared and funded revolutionary, thanks to multiple funding sources, including, in part, the Tsarist state's allowance and strategic funding from Germany, which sought to destabilize Russia during World War I. History is full of ironies, and Lenin's exile story is one of them. From Siberia to Zurich, the state and his supporters ensured that Lenin lived in relative comfort, allowing him to shape the future of Russia. Like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing historical tales.